If I go back in my breadcrumbs to reports, there are a few other reports here, aptly titled Other Reports, that we'll talk about. The most important of these, especially for multi-form initiatives like Enrollment Express, is the category completion report. So if I were to click on this, I'm going to say I'm working with student forms. I choose a category. So I believe we had everything here in training. So I'm going to do this. And you can see here, right, that if I go back to my default sort, here are all of the students in my school. And now I can see all of the forms in my category, whether or not the student has submitted the form, or whether or not a submission has been made for the student, right? Not always a student submission. But this is the great way to answer. So we have 8, 10, 12 enrollment forms. How do I know when a student or a family is done with all of them? So I would want to come here, and if I'm questioning any given student, I would use their % complete. I can also sort on this. So if I reverse sort it, I can see Eric Howard is the closest I have to being done. So he's 71% of the way done. He's not done this home language survey on the front, and he hasn't done his information update on the back, but he's done the middle 5 forms. So he's, what, 5 of 7, if I counted correctly. Below 28%, it looks like 2 of 7, right? I've got a couple of those, and I have a couple with 1. So this report for any given category of forms will show you how the students in your school are doing. For those of you using Enrollment Express, you'll be at the enrollment school where these are all of the newly enrolled students, and you can start to see, are they done with that enrollment packet before you begin processing. It's a nice overhead view of across the form, right? Another nice report is the approval audit. So if you're using forms with approval on them and you're wondering who approved or rejected that form, so you can see we were using that student change of address as our example. Some of these have been approved, some of these have been rejected, and I can see I've got a pretty consistent approver. Erin's been working a lot in here, and I did one just before the training began to clear it off. I approved that for Eric. So if you're ever looking for who approved this and when, if there are questions about data integrity, fidelity, or processing, this report will always tell you who took the action of approving or rejecting a form for forms where approval is enabled. And those are the basics of eCollect reporting. Thank you for your time.